Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever Burnout Boys podcast. This is episode 1 of No Girls Allowed with yours truly, the Dragon, and my co-host, El Toro. And who better to pop our cherry on episode number 1 than the one, the only, Uncle Lazer.
Hey, girls not allowed? That's a thing?
No girls allowed.
Wow, dude, I know I signed up for this motherfucker. No, dude, hey, thanks for having me, brother. Good to be here,
Of course.
dude.
Yeah, I know you do get domed up a lot on your pod. No Girls Allowed might be a little tough for that, but
Yeah,
me
y'all
and
have a-
Eli,
I mean,
we're...
you know,
I don't know.
Y'all have a cross on the wall.
Yeah, I don't know
think
if
was
that's
getting my
the
dick
visual
sucked
you
on
wanna-
this podcast.
Yeah.
We turned around the Jesus painting in the other room, just in case, in case.
I mean, I don't have to look at it. Usually, you're the one on your knees. So.
Yeah. All right. Okay. But yeah, we had Lazer out yesterday. We're a little banged up right now, not going to lie. The boys are getting older. He came out, played 7 innings with us, shut it down
Hard
on the bump.
innings.
Dude, he went hard out there. Got him on the massager earlier. We're still waking up. You know, we're pumping espresso. Great game, though. Great content.
Yeah, no, phenomenal. Thanks for having me. It was a lot more. Well, to be honest, I was going to go into this thing a couple beers deep, at the Mexican restaurant, right? And, the finger blasting story scared the waitress. She messaged me later. No big deal. But fucking, I was just planning on having a couple beers, man. I wanted to take it fucking serious. It's still rec ball, but, like, dumb fucking boys you had on the team were that one fucking Stallions. I was like, oh, shit. So we're playing. I was like, all right, cool. So we got to the cages, warmed up, did our thing. But we got there, and oh, boy, let us use the field. He had a bottle of Patron. I just felt inclined, and damn, dude, by the third inning, I'm kind of drunk, and like, I'm running hard. But I was touching
So
it.
hard,
I was touching that ball, dude. That guy was throwing 90-plus. I was touching it.
Dude, what's more impressive is fucking Goliath getting up on the mound, 6'8" release point, first fastball, goes through your head. You're out of the way. I was impressed that after that, you put the ball in play, move the runner over, Cam scores me. That's textbook baseball right
And look,
there.
I know you were locked in dragon mode, fucking, Gator to the gills,
feeling it.
17 fucking Red Bulls deep or rain or whatever. But, dude, really, he threw me the pitch first. I saw it, swung and missed completely. Then he threw it again, swung and missed completely. And then he decided to throw it right at my fucking head. And I go, fuck. And that kind of made me mad. So then that next one, you put it there, and I at least touched it. Move the runner over, you score. But, yeah, dude.
And I've seen in the past, that's what Lazer needs to lock in. You got to challenge the ego a little bit and remind him, hey, I'm not just a comedian. I'm a dog. I'm an athlete, and I'm out here to fuck you to death.
Yeah.
It happened in the Live AB's video when he came out. That kid drove 12 hours down from Ohio, drilled you in the fucking thigh. Next pitch, you fucking took him deep to left center.
Yeah, I
Textbook
mean, what a
stuff.
treat. But honestly, dude, what that second baseman say to you when you're on base? He's like, damn, did Lazer play base? He got away out of that fastball real quick.
Yeah, that was he was
Yeah.
the most impressed with the fact that 90 at your dome you got out of the way. He's like, he must have played ball because if he didn't, he's eating that
Yeah,
shit.
and dude, shout out to Wes going 3 for 3,
Oh,
and
dude.
not only demon on his back, getting hit in the back by that goddamn demon on the mound. I mean, what a treat that was.
Yeah,
Dude,
I
shout out
don't
my
want
boy
to take
Wes.
credit for Wes's stance and his performance, but
You
I
should.
do at the same
Dude,
time.
that old Ty Cobb stand up straight, or what? Not was Ty Cobb. Who did that? Who's just stand up?
It was some Asian shit. For
Yeah, it was
sure.
some Asian shit for a
Japanese
while.
league, definitely.
Yeah, but dude, they stand real thin. But god damn, he was barreling. He barreled every ball he hit.
Dude, I mean, Wes is a natural hitter, and then pregame, Eli goes up to him, new head coach. He's just like, look, I need to see that stance from you today. He got him in the clip farming mindset, and again, I don't want to give him all the
delivered.
credit, but he
Delivered.
was barreling
Dude,
shit.
you talk about baseball physique. Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, from the back, he just looks like
Yeah, that's the fridge. That's
the
Perry the
fridge.
fridge
The
taking
fridge.
AB, dude. And then you get to see because watch your clips. You see little bits of it. And you see some of the guys on the team. But Connor's a stud. Kid's a stud. He comes out there with the look, the moxie, gets on the mound
look.
and just starts fucking pumping it in there. And that's after a fucking four-wheeler wreck. He's walking around 157 pounds soaking wet, back down to my playing weight when I was in high school.
God
Did he get
bless.
some poundage on him, dude? He's going to fucking be throwing. He's going to the league.
I've been telling him the secret is you go to McDonald's. Shout out to Steven Muzan, the Cam Corsi Strength Pack. You go to McDonald's every single day. You eat 4 double cheeseburgers.
That's right.
Large fry, milkshake, calories in.
Yeah, calorie
Hell yeah.
deficit, calories in, calories out.
Well, he's still a young calf, too. He's only 20.
Yeah,
You know, got
he's still
time.
growing. And I really think more than anything, it's the look. I can go out there, I can make the plays, it's not going to look like it
No.
does when he does it. When he does it, it's like Booby too. Connor's got a little bit of the black in him where he does it and you go, that looks right. You belong out
Yeah,
there.
but dude, all right, one thing, because Booby's my favorite player on y'all's team. It's my favorite black player in the league, quite frankly. But, dude, so big fan, and he gets up to that first bat and strikes the fuck out. And I go, oh, shit, maybe he's not my favorite. He might not be that good. They might have just churched him up. But then he comes out throwing gas, and then he gets him a little rip, dude. Yeah, dude, that was the whole team. It was fun. It was a cool experience.
Yeah, he's always one of those where you say, hey, Booby, you want this next inning? And he'll go, I mean, I can. And I'll be like, can you fucking tell me?
Do you want it or not? I mean, I was asking him last night. I was like, are you ready, Booby? He's like, I mean, I can be.
I'll do it. But that's honestly how Booby is. That's how good he is it's like, look, this is men's league for me. This is my spring training reps. I'm going to go out there and shit on these dudes. Okay?
Yeah.
I played real baseball, and he's black. So, again.
Yeah, and then Cam comes in clutch, the only pro ball player on the team. He's 5'4.5" and 140 pounds. Takes on Goliath in the home run derby.
I mean, guys,
and barrels that second round over. Takes in the corner.
Y'all are going to love that video. David versus Goliath, and I don't want to get too deep into it. You guys are going to see it soon, but I mean, what a hell of a fucking episode. Seriously.
Yeah, it was. And then I got to pitch last inning and fucking struck out my first batter and thought we have a 4-run lead. I go, there's no way I'm blowing this. But as before I walk on the fucking mound, right before I get on there, the goddamn first base ump comes over, wants to show me his friends and family and his pictures from fucking 83. And I'm like, dude, I'm getting ready to fucking take the biggest inning of my life to the mound here, dude. I just met these guys. I don't give a fuck if you were my dad in the 80s, dude.
There's piss dripping down my leg right now. Butthole is so tight. Get the fuck away from me.
Dude.
And I try to tell them that politely before the games because I'm always trying to get them on our side. I'm trying to get them to come back out for events mostly. But I'm like, hey, I'm not mentally here right now. I'm tweaking the fuck out. So anything that happens from first pitch to last pitch, don't expect real conversations. And then same thing. I'm at second. He comes. He shows me his phone, and I'm like, you're just showing me iMessage. I don't know what's going on
Did we
here.
pay them?
Jimmy paid them. We paid for the field.
What was the fee? Do you know?
$150 for the squad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Not
I feel
bad.
like that for what we
They're
got,
coming out love of the
that's-
game, I think. You know?
Hey, straight up, just a little fun fact because you were talking about it. Tony Hinchcliffe, before he was Mr. Netflix and Fox deal and making billions, he actually umpired Little League baseball games while he was
Really?
trying to be a comic in L.A. at the store.
Let's get him the fuck out
yeah,
there.
dude, that's what I'm saying. I think he used to play too because I remember him telling me when I first got into Kill Tony, him telling me one night, he's like, yeah, dude, I was working the door at the fucking Comedy Store, and I was goddamn Little League umpiring baseball games during the day, and like trying to make that ends meet, catch that dream.
That's kind of fucking crazy. There's some kids out there who watch Kid Tony. They're grown up now, but they're watching Kill Tony, and they're probably like, dude, that dude looks so.
Yeah.
fucking
Oh yeah, I didn't
familiar.
think about that. That guy called me out at third.
Yeah,
that cocksucker.
that
honestly,
motherfucker.
fuck that guy.
Yeah, dude.
My dad fucking fought him in the parking lot.
Yeah, dude.
Get his
So-
little twink ass back there. Huh.
But dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. Going up there, because I know how serious you take all this shit, dude. But when I got up there and I got to get on that mound and pitch, and I struck that first kid out after not throwing a live game batter since I was 11 years old. And dude, I was like, and that same kid drove down for the fucking batting complex,
First
and I
video.
threw him about 30 fucking pitches. So he's seen everything I got. If there's anything there, he takes me yard in the cage, and I strike his ass out on 4 pitches. What a treat, dude.
Dude, there's no better feeling.
Living the
honestly.
burnout dream.
Yeah, who fucking cares what you can do in the cages? When you get out on the field, when the cameras are on, when the lights are on, who are you going to be? And Mateo, you kind of shit the bed. It's a clip for us, though.
Oh,
so
yeah.
fuck them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you can sit there and say, hey, we're just doing this for fun, going into it. But as soon as you hit the field, it's dead fucking serious.
We for sure turned into exactly what we were making fun of when we started. It was like hey, we were some guys who had subpar college and pro careers, and we're coming out to men's league, and we're going to take it way too serious and beat up on all these old dudes and ruin their time. Like, we're going to go way too hard, but, like, we're actually joking off camera. We're 5 years into this, and it's truly become that. You take the bump, you look around, and you go, these motherfuckers drove out here to get the dragon.
To get this ass whooped.
I'm going to fucking give it to you, And it's even – that's why I've got so much fucking ligament damage is because I'll tell myself, hey, bro, what are you doing? You're 27. You got 2 kids. You got nothing to
Hang
prove.
it up.
And, dude, I will ride that line. I've been talking to them 8 months now. I've been like, I think it's really time for the dragon to take a step back. Let's start developing these other characters. I'm going to bat myself lower in the lineup. I don't need to pitch. I step between those lines, and it's like, you know what? Maybe it is worth blowing my shit out.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
They're going to know I died on this hill.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. And it's cool because you can see the competitive nature, not only of your game like that, but your content in the game's ramping up with it. And then, dude, your podcast game, shout out to the Jesus Wall. But because last time I podcast with you, we were in a fucking nail salon getting goddamn Manny Petties with his mom and sister, dude.
Yeah.
What a
So
treat
Asian.
that was. Come a long way, Nikki.
So
30
Asian.
minutes of it was talking about the green in my toe infection, and we're trying to talk. I'm 2 beers deep, which for me is I'm on another planet. Lazer just keeps looking down, and he's like, "Ugh. What's up with all that fucking green in his toe?" Ugh. And then Nikki's sister starts going, "Ugh," and I'm like, "Yo, this is my first pedicure
like,
ever. Get
gagging
off
on
my
the
dick."
side.
Yeah,
that was
dude.
bad.
It was awful though. I was in a lot of pain. But yeah, so that's enough about the game. You guys want to roll into some videos?
Yeah,
I
let's
got
do
some
it.
videos prepared. I've got some stuff I've been looking at on socials recently. I just want to go over some of the good stuff.
Give me some good stuff.
This is one me and Eli, we've been ripping hard recently. He's kind of popping off. I've seen some people talk about him. Doug Baldwin.
Okay.
How do you make $50,000 a month? You haven't told me anything.
Wake up at 3 a.m.
Okay,
Go to sleep at 7 p.m.
got it. Now, what do you do in between 3 a.m. and 7 p.m.?
Hard work. Eat the spaghetti. Eat the meatballs. Eat the broccoli. Don't get distracted with candy and ice cream.
How does that generate income?
Have you seen this guy at all?
Yeah, I've seen him a little
We
bit,
have
dude.
been spamming I was literally going through a mental breakdown out there 5 days ago. The credit card debt's piling up. I'm sitting here figuring out how are we going to get through this? And Eli's trying to give me all the best real life advice he can give me.
Nothing is getting
We're talking
through.
about God. We're talking about everything. And then it just gets quiet and he's like, eat the spaghetti. Eat the meatballs. Eat the broccoli. Don't get distracted by candy and ice cream. And that gets me out of it. I'm like, God damn, really? You just eat the fucking spaghetti, eat the meatballs, and don't get distracted by ice cream. And
Yeah, I feel like that was the only thing getting through. I feel like that I only saw the twinkle in your eye when I said that.
No, sometimes it's the softer shit that sticks, man.
I mean, I'm
You
pouring
know?
my heart out, and he's just like, "Yeah, you think I haven't fucking thought of that already?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Well, God damn it, dude, I'm sorry."
Well, you
I
know
was-
what? Eat
You
the
know what?
spaghetti.
Eat the spaghetti, dude.
Yeah, yeah. At the end of the day,
How did you
eat the fucking
double your
spaghetti.
testosterone?
One of the best methods that I actually do is what I call bouncing up and down, spinning around, going crazy.
Okay.
So if you bounce up and down a lot and then spin as fast as you can, and then whenever you stop, you go like this, that tells your body to start producing more testosterone.
This is crazy, dude. This is great, dude.
Dude, it's just, and then
This
I
is
love
great.
the ones where it was on the first one where he starts editing in just the general alpha bro shit. It's just a little edit of dudes fighting.
Wait, dude, hold on. Before keep going. I'm sorry. Keep going. I just saw
If
something
you try
that's so
to
funny.
come at me, you better hope you've been training.
Maybe. I mean, maybe you've got something.
Are
up
you
your
ready
sleeve.
for someone like me when I come knocking on your door? Because every morning I wake up at 4 a.m. and I train for situations just like that.
I feel like I could kick your fucking ass.
You couldn't even find my ass.
I really think if you really challenged me, you came to my front door.
What's that noise behind you?
What?
It's me in front of you, kicking you in the fucking face.
You'd have to be pretty fucking quick.
You thought I was behind you, but I was in front of you.
Doesn't make any sense. I opened the door. You're right there.
There was a noise behind you. You turned around. Boom.
Then you're back in front of me.
Back in front of you. Like I was saying before, I can hold my breath for 4 minutes.
Dude, this is brilliant. These guys are brilliant. These clips are brilliant. Okay, but this is the thing. I don't know if he'll be showing this on the actual
You wanted them
podcast
to
side
see
of
this?
thing. So, he's got it. Guys, just for the viewers at home here, let's just take you through a little general. Social media videos for Uncle Lazer, one on the podcast. He's got the Doug Eat Spaghetti, and he's got all the links that you can just click on as fast as fishing. I do love that. But then the next category is black people going into generational debt for prop. Roll the clips, brother.
I mean,
That's what I was waiting for,
it
man.
speaks for itself.
Dude, they look phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie though, dude. When they do it, I've been a part of these. So much goddamn fun, dude.
They get after it. You got to have the money spread. Somebody off screen
Oh my
handing her
God.
the money stack. Toss the bag.
I mean,
Get it. Get it.
flexing on them hoes.
Fan it. Fan it.
Oh, I thought she was gonna throw it, but no, even better. I thought those are ones. Those are hundreds. I ain't throwing hundreds.
Yeah, and then the best part is this. When you get into it, the caption. I don't know how Blackson I want to read this. Man, I did it alone. We ain't asked for a handout. Hashtag free Donnell when she walking out on $2,500 shoes, $2,500 dress, $700 hair, $2,500 outside decoration out my pocket. And I'm not going to talk about Airbnb like she said she can't beef whatever and whoever and didn't show up. Middle finger emoji. We had a ball. Hashtag irresponsible with money.
That's
so
what gets me.
We got it.
at least
love
she's
this.
self-aware.
Dude,
She's
this is flaunting at its best. I love this. I mean, I don't even, if this is what generational debt is, I'll go into it right
Fuck
here,
it,
buddy.
we're here.
I'm here. Fuck yeah, dude.
and at the same time, you can't get too mad at the black community for just celebrating because they're the same way with high school graduation.
Oh, yeah,
you'll
dude.
see them on stage.
Hey, they're a
they
lot
hit the
more fun there
backflips.
too, dude. Because I went to an all-white high school and an all-black one. I've been to them graduations where I want to sit through 4 hours of name calling with no music. You out of your fucking mind, dude? Turn that little bootsy on. Let's get ignorant.
At the white ones, they'll say, "Please hold your applause until we're all done." At the black ones, they're like, "You shut the fuck up."
They let it loose.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. I actually came prepared with a
Holy
lot of
shit,
links
you have
for
like
this one.
6 of them.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Long live Bussy.
Flex it. Flex it.
I love
Okay,
that,
this
dude.
one's a little bit more tasteful. to
Some
me.
of
That
them are
was-
tasteful.
It felt like the jacket had some.
Oh, yeah.
Chauffeur pulling him up in the Porsche.
Oh, is that a Porsche? I thought that was like a Dodge Charger or something.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing
Oh,
is
yeah.
I can't.
Oh,
hate.
yeah.
They have more money
Hey,
than me.
little ankles showing on them boys.
Oh, speaking of ankles, you want to talk ankles?
I wouldn't call that generational wealth. I mean, to rent a Porsche can't be that fucking
Now,
expensive.
well-
the horse.
This is a little different. I like this.
This is classier. I like this. You get a white horse involved, and then speaking of ankles, I hope it's this one. No, it's not. See, this is the one where you go, all right, I get it.
Holy
You got
shit.
17 full ride academic scholarships. Your parents are rich. Sounds like you're doing better than me.
Yeah,
Why
ball
am
the-
I judging?
Ball the fuck out.
I'm sitting on a podcast studio in my brother's
Talking
townhouse dining
about it.
room talking shit about you.
Yeah.
No, that's fly as fuck. Who's that handsome fella? Let's go back.
Noah
All right,
Badge,
yeah.
dude. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his sister's a teacher. She just fucked a kid. And the worst
Whoa.
part, I don't know if y'all saw that. Yeah, so his sister's a teacher. She just got caught fucking a student.
Let's
And
talk about this. Hold on.
Dude.
I didn't even know this was going on. What happened?
It's insane. So I'm 99% sure. Okay, I mean, it's right there. So his sister's a teacher. She is now, I want to say young 20s, mid 20s. I think she was trying to live out this like popular girl, I'm fucking the high school quarterback type of vibe. The best part, the transcripts have been released. He doesn't give a fuck about her.
Oh, he's a dog.
Bro, he's literally like, she'll say, sometimes I just feel like you don't care about me. And he'll go, shut the fuck up. Money request, $20.
Whoa.
And then she'll say something like, you just want me for this and that. And he'll be like, come top me up. And she'll be like, you don't want me to cuddle? He's like, get the fuck out of my house. Like, bro, he's
He's a
vicious.
dog.
He's a-
Wild.
and that's the thing
How
is,
old was he?
he's got to be like 17.
17.
And so, you know, I mean, and I think she used to be fat. She lost some
She's
weight.
got that complex.
So he's just 17. He's looking to get his rocks off.
you
She's
remember
sending
that? You remember
money.
17,
Oh,
bro?
yeah,
Like,
dude.
if I was a star, fucking, yeah, dude. Like,
Hey, I'm fucking Miss Beck. She's sending me $400 a month. I get topped up whenever I want. Get the fuck out of my house. What a
I feel
treat.
like the last decade, I've seen more women teachers fucking students than I ever have in my entire life. I feel like when we were in high school, none of that was
Where
going
was
on.
that?
it happened a lot around mine.
Really?
Yeah. But I went to like I mean, it was in, I mean, to an extent, it's a lot more
But
out
he's
there
getting
now.
head on his
Yeah.
podcast, so
Yeah.
that might just be
Yeah.
a him
And I was
thing. You've got
homeschooled,
some aura
you know?
We
around
had
you.
a lot of like dudes sending dick pics to like chicks and stuff like
yeah,
that.
that's
We
the
had some of
normal
that
stuff.
action.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd get a coach, a high school coach,
Yeah.
and you could always see the signs.
Oh,
You'd
yeah.
go, who was it, Coach Coffee?
Coach
he
Coffee,
literally,
yeah.
he was one of those guys we'd always sit there and go, man, he's always flirting with the 16-year-olds.
Hey, come where my hug. Where my hug, that kind of
And he'd
shit.
start like, hey, we got to talk about this. He'd get their numbers, text them, but then the text started getting a little too
Creepy.
frequent and personal, and we were all like, that's weird. 5 years after high school, you see a news report come up, and it's like, teacher arrested for sexually inappropriate relationships, and it's like,
Yeah.
We saw that one coming.
We saw that one coming. Does anybody have the dick pic out there? I'd love to know what he was packing.
Well, our resource officer literally married a student while, like, as soon as she graduated.
Really?
Married
Like the
her.
police resource officer that was always in the school. He got hit by a car at one point, so maybe that was a little bit of pre-karma.
Pre-karma.
And then like a girl who definitely came up 14 to 18, graduates, they get married how many years later?
Like literally the next year.
Wow.
Tough. Not illegal, but
hey,
walking
it's
a
pretty
line.
sus.
And also not a good pick. She was not.
Yeah, I don't
Not a good
remember who
pick.
it was, but I mean,
If you're gonna do it, do it. Like,
Yeah.
find at least get a good one.
Wow. You heard that from the guy sitting behind the cross.
it's like directly in his shot
Directly in
over his
shot,
shoulders.
dude. He's, hey, if
I
you're going
thought
to
y'all
do
would be
it,
more on
do
board
it.
with that.
Yeah, no.
Hey, be the Shohei Ohtani of inappropriate relationships with goddamn.
She was 18.
It's really a metaphor for life where you're looking the other way, you forget about it, you say something, you go, "Oh, Jesus, you saw that?"
Yeah.
Sorry, brother.
Literally.
That's
on my
wild,
back.
though, dude. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
All right, back to the black stuff, man.
That's all I had.
Okay, no, you got no sports. Now the sports section says black dude with mom and wedding dress. Top comment saying get him an accountant and a lawyer.
Let's get into it.
Women supporting women. Easy out here, but here's the Chiefs' second pick of the night.
Yeah, definitely a wedding dress. I'm gonna assume the white dude behind them is Jewish.
Yeah, white dude. The one white dude there
He
is
looks super
Jewish, and
Jewish.
that's his agent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so just off rip, tough scene. Comments won't pull up there. Top comment: somebody get this guy a financial advisor and a lawyer immediately. Look, your mama got you there. There is nothing wrong with showing a little love.
Yeah.
The white wedding dress is a little fucking crazy. There's women in the comments saying, "I'm not even kidding. I wore that dress at my wedding." So
Really?
if he doesn't have a girlfriend, whatever, she got him there. Here's the thing. Everyone was saying he's about to blow this money. He's about to do something
Why?
irresponsible. The next post is him spending $1 million on cars for his mom and his sister out the gate. Now, he did get like a $9 million signing bonus, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, they're not including that.
Yeah, so I mean, hey, I get it, brother.
Hey, splurge. You worked hard to get there, homie. Do your thing. Oh, dude, pizza's here. Sorry,
Pizza
man.
is
Don't mean to
here.
break up your Jesus podcast, but I was hungry. Hope you don't mind.
Well, the
man.
Lord gets hungry too.
Yeah, I don't
so.
think Jesus has it. He said break bread. I feel
Yeah.
like cheesy bread counts.
Yeah.
This is his body. Did you have any videos? I feel like you were more on the sports side.
Oh yeah, I did want to talk about the Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini thing. Have you heard about that?
Gosh.
So Mike Vrabel, the head coach of the Patriots, apparently, he just got caught with Diana Rossini, the NFL reporter, apparently having an affair. They had been pictured at the pool, at the hotel, doing all types of shit.
Okay.
Since then, it's been a week or two.
It's been a
something like
while
that.
since it started releasing.
There's been 7 years of images that have come out. Like some dude's just been hoarding images of this affair. I'm pretty sure, but I've seen them all come out recently. And
Drogo, get the fuck out of here.
Hey, dude.
My brother's fuck ass dog.
Turns out though, her son, which has been born after, since the affair, his first name is the same as Mike Vrabel. It's Michael. And people are speculating she named the kid after him.
Oh, that's bad.
Mike Vrabel just got caught. He had to take a leave of absence for a day from the draft from the Patriots. He's been photographed up in Salt Lake City, buying his wife a present, almost as a makeup gift. It's just not a good look at all. I just think
Hey, I just cheated on you for 7 years. Let me get you a tennis bracelet, sweetie.
I just think it's insane that there's a dude who's been holding on to all these pictures of the affair.
He's probably trying to extort them for money.
Oh, yeah.
Not a
that's
bit.
blackmail
For
out the
sure.
gate.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And they might have
If
just
you're
been
going to do it, do it.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying,
dude.
dude?
And I guess at a certain point, they said, pull the fucking
They
trigger,
said
bud.
they try to call us bluff. Dude,
And he fucking pulled.
I wish I would have saved this last on my phone. When you were over there snoring your fucking dick off. I was I
My
slept on
bad,
his
by the way.
couch
Yeah,
last
sorry.
night, and he got the king size floor mattress, and he knocked out before I did, and I hate that. That's a race against time. And then,
Yeah.
dude, you need a CPAP or do a sleep study, dude.
Dude,
It's
I just
bad,
can't
homie.
take the look.
How old are you, man?
dude. 27.
Dude, you got shit wrong with you, homie.
We got
Dude,
his
I think
nose
I need to
fucked
lose
up
probably.
in football.
Well, my nose is. I have a deviated septum for sure. I broke my nose twice in football, and once was headbutted. So so my nose is fucked up. Oh,
Looks good for being broke.
Well,
Time.
it's a little crooked.
Okay, yeah. Nah, that's why you wear the hat. I get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
the hat kind of throws people off. Also, the eye mog. But no, it's tough. Yeah, I don't want to do the CPAP though. I feel like it's a bad look. Definitely a turn off for the chicks. They turn around.
You
I
got to be 3 years into a relationship
Shit,
before you
before
pull
you
out
pull
the
that.
CPAP.
That's fair.
I
Yeah,
will
you're not
say
getting pussy
the
with that.
girl that I'm seeing now, we dated for years in the past. We're rekindling things. She never complains about it. She never says anything.
Okay,
It's partly
What
why she's
an angel.
An
Because
angel.
look,
Yeah.
you got a taste of it. Every time I go on the road for some sort of project, I'm bringing Nikki to run the cameras. I'm bringing him to manage the vibes. And this motherfucker's in the hotel room, and they're sharing a bed. You know, I got the 2 little twinks and 1 queen over here.
Yep.
I'm spreading out on mine,
I
big
just
dick
slide
in
up
it.
in his shit whenever I want.
Yeah, the hairless ass. But I'll just like middle of the night, I'll wake up, Nikki, I need you to get
So
Eli.
you heard me doing that.
So last night I'm still up. I'm tweaking off the Adderall, the 7 p.m. energy drinks,
Yep.
1.5 of them, and I got to move over all the footage before I can go to bed, before I can relax. And I'm just walking in and out. They're down here sleeping, and then I hear Lazer going, Eli. Yo, Eli, you're snoring. And I was like laughing. I was like,
didn't hear
oh,
that at
I
all.
forgot to warn him about that. And so I was like, whatever. It'll go away. Lazer's tired. He's about to crash. 20 minutes later, I'm getting up to piss again, and I hear, hey, yo, Eli.
Is it
You can
that
tell
bad?
Lazer's starting to get into a little bit more of a, it's 4 a.m. I got shit to do. Stop fucking snoring. And I think he said he like threw a pillow at him or
I
something.
fucking put the pillow over his face to damn near
And then I
smother him.
fucking
I gave him
held
enough to breathe, but but a lot to deaden the noise.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, no, I'll give you an apology firsthand.
Oh,
That's
okay.
tough. No, you talk in your sleep. I woke up this morning and you
Yeah.
said, "All right, Captain," and I was like, "What? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You talking to me?"
No, I was like, Nikki.
Yeah.
Captain,
No,
get us going.
No, yeah, I do talk in my sleep. I have weird, fucked up dreams.
No, I get it, dude. I get it.
But before I passed out, you were talking about the Mike Vrabel shit. Dude, Chris Sims got fired live from CBS. I just watched. I don't know how old the clip is, but like he got fired because he like touched on some shit about Bill Belichick and his girlfriend. And they like access, and you see the other anchor on air being like, "Yo, hey man, I wouldn't kind of." He's getting fed from the, and yeah, the access. That's crazy, dude.
Whoa, that must have
Axed
been
him
like pretty recent.
immediately?
Then.
Yeah, I've never seen anything about it before, but it looked like an older clip. But I was also delirious from that weed and that. I've never
Yeah.
been this sore in my life, dude.
I mean, dude, we got
God
after
damn
it.
it.
Well, when you rounded the bases that first time and took the dive, when you were walking back, I was like, "Oh fuck, dude! I hope he's not like."
Oh, I was
done for
winded.
it." Yeah.
For sure.
Talk about a vibe setter. I'm pretty sure Lazer also said that after he slides into second,
Oh fuck. Oh, that's gonna copyright us.
I'm pretty sure Lazer said that after he slid into second and gets tagged out, one of the umps comes up to him, bangs him, and then goes, "Holy shit, is that Uncle Lazer?"
Yeah. And then the other team, the first baseman, Tub Tub's over there, threw me out. He goes, "Ain't so funny now, ain't it funny, man?" And I go, "What the fuck is happening here, dude?" Like,
What kind of chirp is this? 1940?
I was like, dude, you missed the ball completely, not, over your head. Dude, it was, yeah.
The team was very gooberish, dude. Very gooberish.
They're gonna play a nice heel for us. When we need a game, they come out, they get chippy. Dude, I love that Goliath dude. He had no fucking clue
he
where
gives
the
me
ball
like
was
Lenny
going.
vibes from
Yeah.
Mice of Men. You
A little
know?
big and retarded.
Yeah, like he'll hug
Yeah.
someone so tight he'll hurt him.
Yeah,
Gotta
yeah.
take him to
You
the river
let
and
him
shoot in
around
the back of the
Melly.
head.
Yeah, you might have to put one on the back of his head.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But yeah, the Diana, what is it? Diana Rossini?
Diana Rossini.
Dude, the craziest one for me, I saw a clip. She's like on, and this isn't a chill podcast. She's at an official table on a broadcast having an interview, and she's like, yeah, Miami gets crazy. I mean, I've done some things in Miami I haven't even told my husband about, blah, blah, blah. And I just remember the dude on air is like,
Oh shit.
you sure you want to air this out on like CNN or whatever the fuck we're on?
It's live?
It's live, and you're saying, I've done things in Miami I haven't even told my husband about. I'm sorry, but if you're my wife, you come home, I'm going to go, hey, let's have a chat.
He's at home chilling. He's just like, what the fuck?
Wow, dude.
I mean,
I'm telling you, dude, some of these hoes ain't loyal.
No, clearly. Mike Vrabel, 7 years.
So that's why when I see something like, your wife traveling all over the game with them babies and shit, like just loving what you're doing, like, dude, that's a hard thing to find, man, because there's bitches out here getting money from dudes with them, have kids, and then just running around on them, dude. So
Yeah, no, it's
That's really how you got to do it. Unfortunately, like Lazer's already got money. He's already got fame to his name. He's fucked. I don't want to put the pin in that. You're fucked. What I did,
I'm cash poor.
I found her when I was a broke loser with nothing to me. I was a junior in college baseball getting 40 at-bats a year. And she said, I think this is good for me. I think I want to stick around. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go try and make a bunch of money for you. And once we do, get what you want, within reason. Within reason, babe.
So how long did you have to court her before she was in?
Dude, honestly, we were kind of on go. It was, I hate to be too cliche about it. I just love her so much. First date, we hit we went hiking, early morning, 4 a.m. hike, watched the sunrise. And I remember by the time we got to the top of the mountain, that voice in my head is going, I love you. I love you. I love you. But obviously you're going, that. Hey, don't fucking say that.
Yeah, you're going to blow this for us.
Yeah. And so I didn't. We had a great time. We go to church later. We go on some dates. Probably 3 months in, 2 months in, I officially said I love you. We start telling stories about that. And I'm like, I got to be real. Day one, I was fighting it to not say I love you. And she hits me with the same thing. I was sitting there saying, you can't be crazy. You can't say that. And so, again, it just sounds like one of those cliche, too good to be true things. But out the gate, on it, fell in love fast, and
very
then
trusting going hiking.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, she knew us from middle school and high school, so she didn't have to worry as much.
Yeah,
about,
it wasn't like
I wasn't. It wasn't like probably only a 20% chance I rape her, kill her in the woods type of shit.
That's fair. No, that's fair. But see, that's the thing. That kind of lasting, going hiking, doing an activity or something like that. Most relationships, people are meeting in bars and shit now. Like, if you're meeting on the streets, homie, they're probably for them. Like, both, me and you. Like, not just saying you, but like me.
What did we come in here looking for?
Yeah, we're in here in a goddamn meat shop.
Yeah.
Nikki.
And the other thing, too, is you get balls deep in that relationship and you want to start to set some of those boundaries like, hey, babe, I don't know if I want you to be a Diana Rossini and go out to Miami and have these party things. But if you met in that scene, it's a lot harder to set those boundaries moving forward because it's like you came into this knowing that. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, just knowing her from middle school was kind of crazy. In middle school, she actually had a huge crush on me. Oh. She had a huge crush on me. I thought she was a tall, awkward geek with glasses. Sorry, babe. She was a loser. I'm not going to say I was a popular kid, but I definitely hung out with the popular kids. Yeah. I was like their weird autistic nerd that could kind of play baseball. And so I didn't really pay her any attention. She's got some little love notes that she still has from back then.
Wow.
She falls off. She had crushes on other guys in between that. Fucking bitch. But anyways. And then... yeah, junior year, I'd been off social media for a while. My high school baseball coach told me, hey, you can't tweet anymore because you're a problem. And my dad was like, you want to play college baseball? You can't be on social media anymore. Because I was a problem. Because I was doing the same shit I'm doing now. And they were like, you still got something ahead of you. Don't do that. I get off socials for a few years, come back, not proud of it, but I just see a picture of her in a bikini, and I'm like, when did this bitch get hot?
Yeah.
So I DM her, and I was like, you want to hang out sometime?
Didn't
you
tweet a picture of Hitler out at one point?
So
when
it's
we were
actually
like sophomores in high school.
Well,
and he was like, when his dad approached him, he was like, "What do you mean? Like, why do I have to take it down? I don't get it."
The Hitler one was actually when I was in like 5th grade. Fat Booth just came out, the first ever fat filters, and I was like, you know who would be hilarious to make fat? Hitler. Everybody's like, fuck Hitler, right? I'm gonna make him fat Booth him. Throw them on my Facebook. My dad has to come to 10-year-old me and say, hey, can't do that. Can't be posting Hitler.
Oh, so
fat
you've been
or
a
not.
problem. You've been a problem.
I've been a
His whole
problem.
life. Oh, tell him about the facts.
Hang on. I don't want to gloss over Hitler just yet.
Yeah,
Let's circle back here, dude. Listen, okay, to be fair, I'm not supporting him in any which way or form, but listen, they're starting to make some of his speeches in English. And
don't even get us started.
A lot of that shit's happening today. Just throwing it out there. Okay, a lot of shit was saying pre-war. I didn't know how to speak German, but AI makes it accessible, and I'm just kind of like, okay, what's going on here?
I am going to say this one time to set the tone for the No Girls Allowed podcast. I am going to do my best, Benjamin Netanyahu, to be a good boy. I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of opinions. Maybe we'll release some stuff on Patreon, which will be at the end of this episode. For only $1, you can get access to every single video we've ever posted on there. maybe I'll touch on some of the Jew stuff, but I got to be careful because it's one of those things where I don't just have one or two opinions.
You have multiple.
I'm a
have all the
conspiracy
opinions.
theorist.
Give me your biggest. All right, give me this. I did this on a podcast the other day. I need this. You need this. We need to know where this man lies. Take your hat off for this. Show some respect, dude. Listen, the one conspiracy theory that you know without a shadow of a doubt is fucking truth. Go. You're one that you're like, how can you not? The one you'll get drunk at a party and talk politics and God about. Can you give me that one?
I will give you 2 levels of it. Let me know if the first one's not what you want. It's going to sound so basic. It's the Bible. Everybody thinks it's because when you start going into conspiracies, it starts off with, hey, did you know they're trying to poison us? Did you know that they're putting the fluoride in the tap water to calcify your pineal gland? They're putting all this bullshit product in American foods that are banned in Europe, red 40, yellow 5, all these things. You know, you're looking at all these ways they try to poison us. Electromagnetic frequencies with the 5G they're pumping through. We're vibrational, electric creatures and beings, and they're altering our state of mind. You start off in the rabbit hole at the basic level, and then you start getting up to, okay, so that's corporations, and then there's politicians, and then there's the royal families, there's the rich legacy families like the Rothschilds, the whoever's.
Rockefellers.
And so you start getting up there, and that's where a lot of people stop. It's always going back to biblical principles of demons. God gave providence to Satan to rule over this world, and he's motherfucking doing it. His body was an instrument. So the music industry, every major industry, he's got his ties in it. And so it's demons. You hear people when you get high enough up into it. I'm not saying everybody's approached by the Illuminati directly. I'm not saying everyone's got a shapeshifter showing up. The shapeshifters are real. The demons are real. In your back or not in your back. They're out there. And, dude, it all comes down to a spiritual warfare.
Hey, can I take you a step even further? Put a little sugar on top of your tea right here.
Yes.
Not to go back to the Jews, but this actually happened last night on the couch right before I watched him snore till daylight. Fucking, I agree 100% with you. The Lucifer aspect and the embodiment. So I don't know if what's the Jewish Bible called? What's it?
The Torah.
The Talmud.
Well,
the
the Torah-
Talmud. There's parts in it that kind of suggest that they're a superior race to some degree, like they're superior. They're God's chosen people or whatever, and how they see it. So the most, who's killed the most Jews of all time? That's persecuted more Jews than Adolf Hitler? The Roman government and church, which is a Christianity-based faith government. Okay, so essentially their Bible is saying to some degree that, well, if that's the God that they worship, then everything's mirrored, false mirror. Then this should be the one. Lucifer-Siddiq is like their primary to achieve that for their Messiah to come back. Like that's the whole state of Israel and being Israel. Anyways, there's a whole other level of like how it gets that those families and stuff, music industry icons, moguls and shit. It's all tied back in to Israel in the Judaic principle.
It really is.
That's where it kind of circles all the way back. Yeah, like
it's all tied together. And again, it's not that I don't want to. It's that it's how much I do want to.
Yeah, no, I get
I'm going to keep. Hey, we do have a Jew on the team. Shout out to Matt Lerner. He's our boy. He comes out. He goes hard. He sticks shit behind the plate, by the way. So I try to walk a fine line. But yeah, that's the thing is you will drive yourself loony. I've watched 2 podcast episodes start to finish ever my entire life. I'm not a podcast guy. And it was because of Eli. He gets me on the Joe Rogan Experience. Alex Jones.
Yep.
Both of his appearances.
Dimensional being.
Top to bottom.
Top tier.
Interdimensional
he was
beings.
saying that 2009.
Dude, he's been on it.
All that look, the Sandy Hook shit, that was a bad look for him. Gonna be honest with you. Sometimes
You're gonna
you
miss
know,
sometimes.
Sometimes you gotta know all the facts there, homie.
I'm gonna be real. I'm actually coming back around on that one. I think he hit the nail on the head.
Really?
There's a lot of pictures. Okay. I don't want to get sued. I don't have $40 million to get sued. Oh yeah, so they can't get me anyways. Well, they can still kill me. But there's a lot of pictures that show that school was actually abandoned for several years. There's like water mold stuff at the bottom of doors, which would have never been allowed in government facilities and stuff like that.
Oh, that does make sense.
I don't want to dive so hard into it that I get attacked. I'm not saying if this were a real thing, families weren't
Allegedly.
victims, but crisis actors. I see some of these repeating faces and stuff. And again,
I have too.
you can't trust all the Instagram memes. The CIA, the Israel, they're going to put out the conspiracy theories that are so far-fetched that will drag you down the wrong route. So I get that some of that's out there, a counterattack, but I'm not even all the way anti that. I think so much of it is it's like you look at all the school shootings and it's like conveniently it's the guns, the attachments, the magazines, all these things Congress wants to ban to start to pull away from the Second Amendment. It just so happens that this autistic loner kid got conditioned by the FBI or CIA, and he's got somebody in his back pocket going, fuck those kids at school,
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure,
Hey,
for sure.
I think you should teach them a lesson. And I think a lot of it comes back to that. But then you start getting into any technology we have. CIA had it 40 years ago. So when you really start to dive into the 2A stuff, we were
fucked.
talking about it yesterday,
We're fucked.
With
the
the
energy
ray guns
weapons,
and shit.
you're talking about Moderna or whatever.
Yeah, dude, when they took him out, there's eyewitnesses reports of people watching the soldiers just puke blood and blood coming out of their nose over like just what would seem to be like waves, like radio waves. And then there was another thing I was reading when I dove deeper. It was like they had like a troop of like 12 on like a firing line, and all of a sudden like a beam of light hit them and they just vacuum sealed. The only thing that was left was the mist of the blood in the air. And I'm like,
fucking
we have the
crazy.
right to bear arms. That's tight. What's my AR-15 gun against you? Your vacuum sealing beam wave, dude. I mean, we're fucked. Dude.
Jets in the second dimension right
Dude,
now.
and so that's why I'm thinking like some of that like enlightenment shit. That next, like I was watching on DMT last night, just listening to him snore, and I just dude. I was trying to like that. All them scientists are getting murdered, and I kind of maybe put some ground on that. Is like, dude, I saw some shit that was like, Trump's. He's put a chokehold of the strats of Hamas or whatever the fuck with the oil, right? And that's the 20% of the world's oil supply comes from that that state, right? And so, Iran, Venezuela, there's a couple other countries, Nazi Germany, were the only people that were not a part of the banking Rothschild cartel.
banking
They try to
community.
tokenize their own currency.
North Korea,
Same stuff. Now, Trump and the Secretary of, or not the Treasury of State. I forget the other guy's name. Maybe I think the CEO of BlackRock. Anyways, they want to tokenize, like, so if you put, so we have what 30 or 72 trillion in debt, right?
Yeah, we got
something
a
like that.
ton of debt.
So, yeah, I don't know the exact number, but essentially, the oil producing countries highest in the world barrel per capita is Iran and Venezuela. Well, we took Venezuela, okay, and they got about half of what our debt would cover, right? So if they can isolate Iran's and chokehold that strangle point, they'll essentially destroy their infrastructure, take over those oil fields, and what they're planning on doing is they're going to tokenize like a Bitcoin, fucking general standard oil, and so we're going to pay back all of our debts with a tokenized coin. So that oil is the blood life of the economy, okay? The scientists that are getting killed are all members of independently funded and studied anti-gravity propulsion.
Oh, fuck.
And they asking for funding, and CI people, big book, black dark book industry will come in and see it, and instead of granting them funding, they'll buy it or take it and just destroy it. And because free energy, if Tesla had it, there's been a couple of recorded instances in human history where other people have had
the Egyptian pyramids.
That's a power plant. Nikola Tesla's Tesla coils. That's the concept of free moving energy. And if that were to happen, there were no
does that
longer.
go?
So that's where that's where. Yeah, I don't know how we got on that, but I just blacked
yeah,
out.
really big.
I just
though.
blacked out.
It's
no,
real.
dude,
Flow state.
That is one of my big conspiracies. I think it's piezoelectric energy. I believe that the pyramids, they're positioned in the right way in the universe.
Orion's belt. It's on the. It's on a quartz. There used to
can-
be a quarry under there. Ran water. The Christianate.
Yes,
Like
yes,
I've been
yes.
dating them witches for a while
Hey,
now.
dude.
I was bit, and let me tell you, the little girl I see now, she's got crystals and shit all throughout her room. And
real.
the plutonium gland, the shit that fucking the shit you're talking about, fluoride.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
pineal
fuck
gland.
names up. I'm bad at it.
Pineal gland.
But you can get what
I'll
I'm
be your
getting,
reference.
right? There's crystals inside that polonium gland, small microscopic crystals that, when you get that shit pass through, it's the same thing. There's quartz and granites all in the fucking king's chamber and queen's chamber. They had it once, fucking free.
And
I don't know, dude.
They can't own us. So going back into big conspiracies, that ties into one of my biggest ones, Antarctica. So what's the astral projecting? So you can have this out of body experience, and if you train it, the CIA's been working.
It's called
this
remote
with
viewing.
Yeah.
Remote viewing with MK Ultra and all the stuff that they were doing back in the day. They've perfected this, and what you hear a lot of people saying, they get into remote viewing. They can go to inside buildings, facilities all over the world. They have astral dimension security in Antarctica. They'll go to try to remote view. Somebody will escort them out of the building and say, no, you can't be here. So for me, one of my theories, that's not something I have a lot. I've heard of, there was a big World War II general who was really obsessed with...
General Admiral Byrd.
He was really obsessed with Antarctica. Hitler was obsessed with Antarctica.
They think the Nazis got down there first, too.
And so what I think's going on, I've heard people talk about cultural Earth resets before, where what I think could be something is like you look at AI. It's going to get to a point where the higher-ups are going to say, this is becoming too much. These plebs, these lower subhumans, they're becoming too advanced, too powerful. Let's hard wipe it. Let's take away their free energy technology. Let's move away to Antarctica. We have the anti-gravity technology. We have all of the ancient biblical wisdom knowledge of the demons, the spiritual forces, quantum entanglement, all that. Let's reset these fuckers, send them back to the Stone Age. And even if it's not that, Antarctica, there's some funky shit going on over there. And I think what you were saying, the anti-gravity, the radio energy
A little
weapons.
more sugar on her tea to go even deeper into that. I think at one point, there was a species or an intelligent, spiritual, whatever.
Anunnaki? Are you on
Kind
that?
of the Anunnaki, but I think even deeper than that. I think at some point there was a war, a big galactic war within Earth of people that created us, and other people that came in, right? And they see some of these things and infiltrated bloodlines, but it still ties back to the Anunnaki. But I don't think it's a hardwire reset. I think the people that initially put us here, that wanted us to grow, put us in that garden and eat and shit like that, got beat at some point, and now these other watchers that are looking us over want to keep us populated control, but the hard reset is a built-in system in Antarctica that the Anunnaki, if you want to say, the people that first created us, even if we're destroyed, there was a time to reset Harkov. Because, look, when I worked in the oil field, you drill, in the earth, and you have to go to, a calculated, it's called azimuth. It's like holding a compass, which way you're going to drill in the earth. Now, what you got to realize is gravitational pull of Earth, the way it rotates and spins, there's a true north and a grid north because of the magnetic poles, how much they sit off of what we would consider true north to grid north. It's a compensation. It's called declination. Now, when I first got into the oil field, declination was a pre-offset about 7.5 to 8 degrees. That was in 2011 that I got into the oil field. And when I got out in the oil field, or 2010, and when I got in the oil field in 2021, that declination had already shifted to 37.5 degrees.
Are you talking about the
That's
flip over?
It's called the flip. It's they have recorded this throughout history. This has been done and is inevitable, and it will happen again. And it approaches the same thing in the scenario.
What is
of
it,
the
like-
review.
like 25,000 years
It's like
or something?
27,500 years or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
It resets,
I've heard about
and that's
this.
where you can get the Younger Dryas period, where they found records of water and shit like that. So I think that's a pre-planted notion
A setting in the
to
software.
setting and like a dead man switch. You know what I'm saying? In case they perish, it still can reset, and it gives their children a chance to cut. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I
Because
heard that.
there's a lot of shit in Antarctica. Yeah, that like It's the only place where nobody can establish war, or there's shit down there. I mean, in like Admiral Byrd, and not only it was not even like in some of his diary things, his journal entries about when they sailed out there. He's like, there's things out here that are an evil that we've never seen, that possess the power. And then you just got to think back, well, what's it for? And I don't really know.
So that's one big thing. I'm not necessarily an Anunnaki believer. Where I go back to is the Nephilim. And so biblically, it's 1/3 of the angels in heaven rebelled against God. They followed Satan. They were cast out of heaven, sent down to a lower dimension, the earth. And so that's where we get demons. And it says in the Bible that these angels, the fallen angels, slept with women and created half-breeds.
Yeah, the demigods.
And so that's where you get Greek mythology, and that's where the Nephilim. I want to read into the book of Enoch. I've seen a bunch of stuff about
that's
it.
the reason about religion that I just can't trust. I grew up religious, but I just don't know if I can believe it all now because it's been changed and altered in too many versions, and you lose shit in translation. But to keep, there's in the Dead Sea Scrolls in 2006 when they found those Dead Sea Scrolls, there's actually testimony from Mary Magdalene, and it paints her completely different in the eyes, like because she actually has, and they kept the book of Enoch out of the Bible too. The book of Enoch's been around forever. The Nigerian Christian Odeo Church still has the Book of Enoch in their Bible. Yeah. The Holy like Trinity Bible, the King James version, the Roman Church Bible, they didn't include it in.
And what was it, like the Nicene Council or something?
Some shit like that.
And they sat down and said, we got to take some stuff out. So I'm actually, and that's one of the things that's kind of conflicting. A lot of people will be like, oh, you're very religious. It's like, it's tough because it's such a blanket term that can be construed so many ways where I don't like to say spiritual because that's when you get the witches and the demonic and the witchcraft, and I've had some bad experiences with it, so I'm not that. But at the same time, I can be full tilt Jesus freak, super hardcore Christian, and I look at all these other people and say, hey, the megachurch shit, that's fucking weird.
Sure.
The structure of religion, the Vatican, the Catholics... The Vatican's holding all the demonic shit.
If a little more sugar for your tea here, that's the same. I don't even know the word perennial concept. It's the concept of religion, the formality, the foundation, and the ethic structure that it implies and sets up. It was put here in place by something. Okay, to make us have a moral compass and a conscience. You tell somebody that if they do a bunch of bad shit, they're going to pay for it when they die. So essentially, an afterlife. They're assuming an afterlife, which is just another dimension. Okay, now the concept of it is to create your conscience. So, like, I agree with you when you say I think the mega churches are bullshit, but do I believe that there's something? Yes, and I believe that you give something to believe in. Yes, but at the end of the goal, that it did its job to you because now you have a concept. Whether you want to call it fallen angel, demon, Anunnaki, it's all the same shit because all this story has been told over and over. It is a simulation, but you have to have some kind of guidance code for it. If you create a computer program, okay, and you put certain inputs in, if you want it to actually build and think for itself, you have to give it belief, which is code. You code shit into it and give it free will so it's stacked on code. That's AI. AI is just code stacked on code without any limits. And so they take the rug out from under you.
And that's one thing when people are like, bro, what if we're living in a simulation? And I'm like, we are. Like, if you believe in God, it's another term for what he did. God was like, fuck it, throw these people out here, typed in the code, we are that. And so, I mean, I do have, issues with certain perspectives on if it will develop to the point where it has a soul, because I do believe in the code aspect, and you give it free will, you give it the ability to learn in a moral framework. But I think it gets to a point where that's that line where it's almost, I don't want to say blasphemy because it crosses this like, oh, that's blasphemous. It's kind of faggotry. But it's like, do we as the creation, as the code of God, do we have the ability to give a soul in a sense to the AI? And I don't think that we do, but I do enjoy the conversations around that. You know what I'm saying?
There's something I'll give you. I read it when I was in high school, and I mean, if you're religious, take it with a grain of salt, but it's called The Day I Met God on a Train. It's about this MIT professor, I think in the 90s. He writes about an experience of riding the train home from work where he meets a guy in a red jumpsuit, like a red hoodie, comes in, says 30-year-old white man. He said, didn't think much of him, and then he goes, at one point he tells the man, hey, he knows his name, his full name. He goes, I'm God, and I just wanted to have a conversation with you. And basically, he tells him shit about his childhood that only him and his parents would know.
Mm-hmm.
He proves to him that he knows a bunch about him. But he goes on to talk about, and this MIT professor is an atheist, okay? And look, it's really deep, and if someone wrote this and made all this up, hell of a creation story. But there's things in there that he says, and I'm just like, damn, that doesn't sound like someone would even, in logical thinking, would have like enough to put that together to frame that
On their
together.
own.
And what he says that and I just tie it in because you're talking about, can we give AI a soul, so to speak? Well, if you think about it, that's kind of what God did to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't make it more powerful than him, okay? But we have the capability of AI to learn on itself, be more powerful than us within probably the next 5 years. But see, he says that's the thing. He says, you create for ingenuity, to build another place. It's because you reach a certain type of nirvana. Every one of us are a God within ourselves. We're a creation of what we try to create, and so forth. It's like a never-ending loop. And he goes, we're in a state. He said there's 13.1 more advanced life forms in the universe than us. He goes, we're in what they call stage 2. They have the capability of making stuff to benefit their society, but with the intent to destroy each other too. He says you're in the flying bird phase, where you can learn how to fly, you can learn how to make it more accessible, but you still don't have the spiritual awareness to not want to kill each other off. You're
Still a victim of our flesh.
You still exactly.
Yeah.
And so I think that it ties back in with the AI shit. It's like, I think we will be able to give it a fucking a soul, because I think at some point we're gonna fucking link with like that shit they're putting in people's brains, the cyborg shit. We're going. It's like if you take every efficiency that you have in your abundance, every like advantage, and you mold it all together, that's human. That's ingenuity. You're going to build on top of blocks.
So I think that's where the Antichrist comes into play. And if you've seen the Alex Jones stuff, you'll know where I'm going. The hive mind. I think for me, in a biblical sense, that's the Antichrist, is when you take this transhuman perspective. Everybody's hooked up to the Neuralink.
Yep.
And you take everybody's active real-time consciousness and you link it together in one massive computer. You've essentially tried to create your own God, because you've got the power of all of these individuals that have a piece of God inside of them, took it into this computer, meshes it with real-time neurons that's learning and building. And I think for me, that's like, from a conspiracy standpoint, that's the Antichrist. We give ourselves our own version of God. Because, I mean, regardless of whether the powers that be in fucking Israel, whether they take it over, I think there's going to be a sweet spot where humanity explodes forward and everything's becoming automated. Our existence is better and more pure than it's ever been. Things are going to happen so easy. I think what's going to happen is, because we give ourselves to this God instead of a creator, we'll start to idolize that, worship that. And I think as soon as we give ourselves over to that, I think that's when stuff starts to turn. And again, I know it gets too into the biblical stuff of the Antichrist, but I just think it's a dark path because of what you said, where we're still a victim of our flesh. We still have that desire to go kill. I think if we create it and we give it a framework, I think
want to kill it.
And I think it might even turn and say, oh, I'm perfect, I'm a computer code, and you want to know what the real virus on Earth is? You guys.
Yeah, but I think, yes, but it's like, if there is more intelligent life than us out here, why hasn't it killed us already? If it has the power and the ability, okay, it's called the ant farm theory. I came up with this when I was 16, okay? When I was a kid, my mom bought me an ant farm. I put it in my windowsill, and I watched my ants dig its colonies, make its holes. It was cool. They were mine. They were my ants. But I was a snot-nosed kid, and I was bored. I was in the country. I'd take a magnifying glass, I'd go outside, and I'd burn the shit out of ants. With a magnifying glass. Now, what's the difference between those two ants? Well, the only difference is they're my ants, you see? So if we are the creator of something like that, with the framework of that, and like it finds out real quick that we are the virus, we're what's causing Earth to die and everything, you would hope, and you would think, the way that, when you get to a certain level of something, you ever just do something nice for somebody, and I don't know the science behind it, but doing something that just because it's the right thing to do elicits a response in you where you don't need no gratification, you don't need nothing. It's just the right thing to do. I think that is a code that is programmed in us in birth, empathy, okay? You would think something with higher intelligence than us would probably be a little more lenient as well. You know, it's like, yeah, we have the capabilities to get rid of them. And I'm sure they'll downsize to some degree. But the existence of it all, like, it still serves a purpose. You can't delete files. You can only erase them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a really good perspective on that.
God damn, we got deep. What was in that weed?
I am so high. I mean, I have been sitting here.
I love doing this. That's what I do on my podcast.
I've been staring.
I'll get my dick sucked on my podcast, but dude, I'll come in here and I'll do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I love this shit.
I mean,
man.
dude,
We can still get
there
to
was
that
a
too.
second there where I was just listening. I forgot we were even doing this. I was so
Yeah.
fried just listening and just so locked in. I'm like, holy shit! Actually,
Let's
we
pause
got
and hit it
bro.
again, dude.
Dude. Yeah.
Let's pause. Can we pause real quick?
Yeah.
Just hit
I mean,
it.
how
I got to
long
pee
are we
real.
going?
Oh,
What
fuck.
the
We've been
fuck?
Well, good conversation. It cooks, man.
I mean, dude, are we
I'll
good?
keep going.
Are
I
we
mean,
good?
I need to work at some point, but we're in flow state. And this
mean-
is what, because look, I'm telling you, I'm breaking your podcast cherry, and I'm loving it. Smells ripe.
Yeah.
But listen to me. I do this enough, and it took me a while. And if you do this long enough, you'll start to feel it too. And I can tell it's the very first. So you guys got to learn your talking patterns for sure. And that's rhythm. You'll get that as you go. But you also start learning when you do guests that there'll be a give or take 8 to 20 minutes in there where people try to find out what this is, because most people don't watch most of the podcasts on. I mean, some of them you do, but they know you got a podcast, it's cool, you got to follow, and they're going to come on. And they're not really going to know what to expect, but about 8 to 20 minutes in, you're going to find flow state. And when you find flow state, it's just clips, bow, and you don't want to lose that. Keep going. So you take a break, smoke a little weed, take you a piss, get you a little sip of coffee. And I'm cool to go as long as y'all want to go.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that's gonna I think when it's just me and him, it's easy to hit the just
Yeah, well, that's easy
talking.
because you'll know each other.
I think finding my rhythm when we have a guest too is the
Yeah, also because that was a topic that, like, I'm so balls deep in, I could tell you were in. If it gets to sports, that's going to be one where I'm going to that's one where I can take a toke, go nonverbal autistic, he's going to run with it, stuff like that. But, I mean, dude, if we're at an hour 20, I'm good. I'm more worried about the editing side at this point. I think we had a great vibe.
Yeah.
If y'all want to just fucking wrap it, we got enough for the SOD. We got enough for Patreon. Y'all, you can toke, get to work. Well, boys, I hope you enjoyed the first ever episode of the No Girls Allowed podcast. Uncle Lazer, first guest ever. What a treat.
started with a bang.
Yeah, season 5, episode 1, spring training featuring Uncle Lazer, dropping here in a few weeks. It's going to be absolutely fucking electric. Lazer, thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for sleeping on my couch.
Yeah.
And
Try not to snore tonight.
Thanks.
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Maybe I'll get.
I'll put a fucking grocery bag over
I'll
here.
get a CPAP today. Maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Until next time, make sure to get your cat spayed and neutered. Shout out Bob Barker.